Man, what's up with y'all, man? I can't even say top of the top because it's 6 in the evening. But tapping in with y'all per usual. Just dropped a new episode, Platforms for Service, featuring my uncle, my brother, Delano Hunter. Make sure y'all check that out. That's available on Spotify and Apple right now. We got the YouTube video dropping later tonight, so definitely be sure to tune in. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'm on my walk right now for the evening and wanted to tap in with y'all. Need to actually tap in with y'all. Been going through a rough time. Lost a good friend, Cahli Thomas, aka Wink, aka WAP, known as Back to Me and Friend. And I just wanted to share some thoughts and dedicate this episode to him. Cahli was one of my closest friends, in my circle. A heart full of gold. Amazing father, amazing worker, amazing teammate, amazing student, son, cousin, the list goes on and on. He unfortunately lost his life to gun violence here in D.C. Last Monday, October the 16th. And, I would be lying to y'all if I would say it has been a rough patch. But, I've been thinking about, do I talk about this on the podcast? When do I talk about it? How do I talk about it? What do I do? What do I not do? And I had to really tell myself, this is what the podcast is about, right? We talk about motivation. We talk about getting through tough times. I tell y'all about hustle plus faith. I was going through some of the episodes where I was talking about how we don't let nothing bring us down, let nothing get in the way of us. And, like my mom always say, whatever you speak, it'll become your testimony, the things you say. And this is one of the things where definitely tragic and hurt bad and definitely didn't expect it. But I guess that's life when things are so unexpected. But, for him to lose his life at 29 to gun violence and leaving behind a daughter and, only child of a wonderful, beautiful mother that has treated me like her son, as well as my friends, Francis, TV, Damo, Jabari, Lou, the list goes on and on, man. I really just wanted to use this time to just tell y'all that, life is going life, man. I can't really find the words with this death to how to really, get over it. And I'm being positive and whatnot, but it's tough, man. And I think part of, with this podcast is talking about motivation and, part of leadership, which I'm really big on, is being transparent. And I'm being transparent with y'all to let y'all know that I'm crushed right now. I've had so many thoughts, some good, some bad. Found myself questioning God, even though I've raised to never question him. Found myself sometimes upset just with how things have, worked out with this situation. But, they say everything's for a season, everything's for a reason. And I know these feelings and this mood is going to be for a season. And it might be a long season, because I'm going to miss my boy for sure. But I know it's something that we, we'll get through. But I think the main thing I'm thinking about as I am on this walk, and as I was speaking on one of the episodes about having a positive habits when stuff like this does happen, is that it's just important to really have a guideline. And I talked about this in more than one episode, but have a guideline on how to guide yourself. I would be a lie if I would say the workout, the walks, the running is going to solve this pain or solve this feeling, right? But it can help. I'm out here now walking, and it's helping, just getting some blood flowing, getting some fresh air. And it's a little, nerve-wracking and PTSD because I'm in my neighborhood where, I lost one of my closest friends. You always hear me talk about Ryan to gun violence in 2008. And, man, I'm 31 years old, shy of 32 in a couple of months, and I'm still dealing with the same stuff. And, man, it's frustrating, it's annoying. And, man, I was talking to my uncle in the car on the way to the interview. It was like, man, it just sucks where you feel a dislike towards your hometown due to the nature of the things that take place in your hometown. And, part of my reason of, enjoying living away from home and, I battle back and forth. Do I move back? Do I do this? Do I do that? I'm remote, so I could kind of do the back coastal thing. But, man, I would be lying to y'all if I want to say, man, I sometimes have a fear in my own hometown. And, I'm doing the right thing, walking the right line, but nobody is immune to the senseless violence, man. Y'all see the robberies up. Y'all see the shootings, people getting hit by straight bullets, all this type of stuff. But I won't let it mess up my faith. But I also won't let it mess up my smarts and just learn how to move smart and move better, because this is a tragic situation right here. Like as I'm out here on my walk, I don't have my headphones in. I'm looking left and right, trying to make sure everything is going well. But I just don't even know the words to put together to try to make this thing feel great. So what I've taken with this tragic loss is to embrace it. Similar to what Kenny, shout out to Kenny, KB, head football coach at Blue, my brother, always say, you got to embrace everything, man, the good and the bad. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to do, There's not a workout session, a song, or anything that's going to help me just magically get over Cahli's death, magically get rid of that anger, confusion, and questions, right? But there is some small steps I could take every day that could lead to me just learning how to cope with this. And I say that to say, too, not to judge anyone, but, when people pass, it's the let's pour out some, let's pour out a bottle, let's roll some up, let's do this. That hasn't been my solution with this, right? And part of this has been coming before this. I didn't know Carla was going to die a month ago, a couple weeks ago or 2 months ago. But those of y'all that have been keeping up with the podcast, I've really been in this workout bag. I've been in this eat healthy bag. I've been in this, Mamba mentality, Kobe mindset bag, right? And that's what I did with this. I said, man, I'm going to face this thing head on, man, sober, chin up. I'm waking up in the middle of the night crying, waking up in the middle of the night praying. And then sometimes of the day I'm smiling. Sometimes of the day I'm happy. Sometimes of the day my mind may not be just on it, right? But I'm going to just take everything that come with it. And I had to go reflect back to, when Ryan died and when I went to Delaware State 2 years after that. And they said, when you find your pain, you find your purpose. And I just reflected on that as well, as with this type of pain and trying to figure out how we could turn it into something positive, man. Cahli worked for the Department of Department of Environment and Energy and Environment, DOEE. Doing great things over there as a program manager, an amazing father, avid basketball fan and player. Really was a ball his life type of guy. And, I'm just thinking of ways we could continue his legacy. And, like I said, at the moment, I don't know what lesson we'll get from this. I don't know what sense it makes. But I'm not going to let a bad time or a bad situation, question my faith and question all the good that God has done for me and those around me. They always say stuff is in his will. And, when stuff happens that may be in his will, we just sometimes we get crushed by it, and I understand it. And, this episode right here, it may not be, certain nuggets or certain things or it's just flowing, but it's really just my free thoughts for y'all. And this is example what I just said, taking advantage of positive outlets when you're going through things. So if it's working out, if it's meditating, if it's watching something, for me too, it's podcasting. So just being able to get all my thoughts out, talking to you about looking into therapy, having someone to talk to, and that's another route. I'm grateful that I do have people in my village that I can talk to and get these thoughts out as well, man. But, they always say towards the end of the year, man, things just start to happen so fast and just so unexpected. And it's tragic, man. And, I never want to give up hope on the city and cities, because, this isn't just a DC problem. You look at the news, you see Philly, Chicago, PG County, Baltimore. Everybody's going through it. But you really do ask yourself, when is enough is enough? I made a post on IG and just pretty much saying, man, ain't nothing going to change. It's the same stuff after the decades, over and over. And, through anger and emotion. And I did mean it, but I also ended up deleting it probably a couple hours later, because I realized, man, that's not what leaders do. The people that are looking at you for the inspiration and the motivation, it's called a motivation station. They looking for you to have a positive outlook on something, even if you don't believe it, or even if there's kind of like a sign for no hope. So I had to change my mind and just kind of say what I say on this podcast when I say hustle plus faith equals success. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do with this situation of losing Cahli, is just hustle plus faith, man. We're going to keep moving, and we're going to keep the faith that everything happens for a reason and a way it's supposed to happen. And, I've been dreading, burying my brother in the ground is Friday, man. Almost to the point I don't even want to go to the funeral. But I know I got to be there, and I want to be there. But I'm just saying, like, it's almost like you just don't want this to be real. But it is real. And unfortunately, this is, we got to be there for each other. And, shout out to the mayor's office and chief of staff at DOEE. The GoFundMe's going well. The mayor's office has a letter for his funeral. Just all the different love and support is a testament to the type of person that bro was. And man, I'm gonna miss him to death. Like, I can't even imagine sometime, riding past that area without talking to him, or him texting me, or hit me on the gram, or man, when we gonna go on a trip, or him always asking for this Vegas trip, blowing me. Cahli type person, he'll hit you up today, be like, man, you trying to go to Vegas on November 7th? Be like, bro, man, we need some time to plan this thing out, man. But he was that type of guy. And like I said, I'd be sad. But as I keep thinking about him, I just find myself laughing and smiling more because we had so many good memories and so many good interactions, man. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that can relate. I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that probably got a tougher situation than this. But at the end of the day, man, we're going to keep pushing. Like I said on one of them episodes, we ain't giving up. We're just going to keep pushing and keep going, man. So rest in peace to my brother, Wop, man. We're going to keep your memory alive, bro. So much we had left to do, man, and to see and experience this man. But I'm glad that we got to lock in and build a solid friendship, and your family embraced me like family. And man, you was one great guy, bro. So I know the love that you had for me. You know the love I had for you. And that's probably the one nugget that I will leave with y'all is give the flowers to people while they're here. Because once they're gone, man. You don't want no ifs, ands, and buts about that. So long live WAP. Everybody stay up, man. And remember, hustle plus faith equals success. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.